What do you know about the Middle East?
How about you?
Do you?
To begin, let us first identify countries where Muslim populations are commonly found. The Middle East is a region located mainly between Asia, Africa, and parts of Europe. Because of its location, it became an important center for trade, religion, and cultural exchange throughout history. Many countries in this region have large Muslim populations, including Saudi Arabia, Iran, Iraq, UAE, and Qatar. Religion and nationality are considered primary characteristics of culture because they shape beliefs, identity, and social relationships. Islam continues to influence daily life, traditions, and values in many Middle Eastern societies. In many Middle Eastern countries, the dominant religion is Islam. For Muslims, the holy book is the Quran, which serves as a guide for beliefs, moral values, and daily living. The book explains that religion strongly influences behavior, worldview, and communication patterns within a culture. Islamic teachings guide practices such as prayer, fasting, charity, and discipline. Worship is an important part of Muslim life, and many Muslims pray several times each day, either in mosque or at home. Through religion, traditions and cultural values continue to be preserved and passed from one generation to another. Muslims are not only found in the Middle East. Muslim communities exist in many countries around the world, including the United States, Europe, Africa, and Asia. This shows how culture and religion can extend beyond geographic boundaries. Cultural diversity and subcultures influence people's experiences and understanding of the world. Although Muslims may share the same religion, practices, and traditions may differ depending on the country, environment, and cultural background. This highlights the importance of cultural understanding and respect for diversity. The Middle East is widely known for its rich oil resources, which greatly influence the global economy. Oil production contributes to trade, transportation, industrial development, and international relationships. Because of these resources, several countries in the region experience rapid modernization and economic growth. Cities such as those in the United Arab Emirates became symbols of development and global business. Socio-political factors also affect the lives of people in the region. Secondary characteristics of culture include socio-economic status, occupation, and political beliefs. These factors influence education, healthcare, employment, and opportunities available to people within society.
It's called Drill Baby Drill.
Drill, baby, drill. The familiar slogan whenever America's need to pump more oil to keep its economy stable comes up. Indeed, for decades, oil has been regarded as the lifeblood of the modern world.
That's why political conflicts, economic dependence on the oil, and international partnerships continue to shape the development of Middle Eastern countries today. Communication is an important part of culture because it reflects beliefs, relationships, and traditions. In many Middle Eastern societies, communication is often formal and respectful, especially toward elders and authority figures. Arabic is the primary language spoken in many countries in the region, while Persian and Turkish are also spoken in some areas. Communication patterns are shaped by culture and may include both verbal and non-verbal forms of expressions. Gestures, tone of voice, eye contact, and body language are important in expressing respect and meaning. Understanding communication styles helps promote cultural awareness and avoid misunderstandings. Social behavior in the Middle East is strongly influenced by religion, traditions, and cultural expectations. Respect, modesty, hospitality, and strong family relationships are highly valued in many communities. Culture shapes relationships, communication, and social behavior. In many Middle Eastern societies, family plays an important role because many communities follow collectivist values, where individuals are closely connected to family and community. Religion strongly influences daily life in many Middle Eastern communities, especially among more traditional or strict Muslim groups. Certain practices emphasize modesty in clothing, behavior, and interactions between men and women. Some Muslim women wear the hijab as part of their religious belief and cultural identity. Gender roles and traditions may also influence expectations within families and communities.
You will be surprised how many women all over the globe, they are so thirsty to learn. So I can be strong, absolutely. I can be assertive, I have my opinion, but at the same time, I am a Muslim woman.
In Middle Eastern, Arab, and Islamic cultures, education is highly valued because it is seen as a way to achieve professional and business careers. Many families own businesses that are passed down through generation. Traditionally, women focus on family and childcare, but today, more women are attending universities and entering professional careers such as healthcare, business, and education. Many wealthy Middle Eastern countries also hire immigrants from neighboring countries to work in labor and service jobs like drivers and maids, while professional jobs are usually filled by educated locals and skilled expert trades. In healthcare, cultural competence is important because healthcare providers must understand Islamic beliefs and values when treating patients. Physical therapy and other healthcare professions often use Western approaches that focus on education and exercise. However, many Muslims believe that healing and recovery ultimately come from God. Because of this, healthcare professionals should respect patients' religious beliefs while still encouraging participation in treatment and rehabilitation. The Middle East has been influenced by migration from India, Africa, and nearby regions. Because of this, people in the Middle East have diverse physical features such as different skin tones, hair colors, eye shapes, and bone structures. Health conditions in the Middle East vary depending on the country's economic status. Wealthier countries commonly experience diseases of civilization such as heart disease, hypertension, diabetes, cancer, and smoking-related lung diseases. Poorer countries experience problems such as poor nutrition, infectious disease, and poor maternal and child health. Diseases like tuberculosis, hepatitis, typhoid fever, and dysentery are more common compared to Western countries. Some genetic disorders such as sickle cell anemia and thalassemia are also common because marriages between close relatives, including first cousin, are practiced in some areas. Political conflicts and wars in the Middle East have also affected people's physical and mental health, causing stress, trauma, and long-term health problems. In Islam, illness, suffering, and death are seen as a test from Allah and a natural part of life. They are accepted with patience, prayer, and reflection, and are believed to help a person's spiritual growth and forgiveness of sins. Even though death is accepted as part of life, seeking medical treatment is still encouraged. During serious illness, prayer becomes very important, and family members often encourage the patient to continue praying. A dying person may wish to face Mecca while receiving prayers from family and the Muslim community. After death, the body is treated with great respect because it is considered a trust from God. Autopsies are usually avoided unless required by law, and the body is not to be harmed. Family members or the community perform rituals such as washing the body, shrouding it, and preparing it for burial. Condolences are given and visits to the grave are common. The mourning period varies, lasting a few days for friends and longer for closest family members. Traditionally, some women may wear black during mourning. In many areas, food is abundant. However, in poor rural regions such as part of Afghanistan, Iraq, Iran, and North Africa, malnutrition and even starvation can still be seen. Traditionally, Islamic culture values moderation in eating, encouraging people to avoid excess food and allow proper digestion between meals. However, in wealthy oil-rich countries, there has been a major shift in diet. People now consume more fast food, sugar, refined foods, animal fats, and meat, while fiber intake has decreased. This dietary change is strongly linked to obesity, diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease, stroke, and some cancer, which are now common diseases of civilization. Western fast food chains have also become very popular in the region, increasing unhealthy eating habits. In addition, Islamic dietary laws require food to be halal, meaning it is prepared in a specific ritual way and pork is not consumed. Traditionally, food is often eaten with the right hand, and hospitality is important, where offering plenty of food to guests is considered respect. With rapid economic growth, lifestyle have changed. People now consume more fast food, rely more on motorized vehicles, and have more sedentary or inactive lifestyles, which increases health risks. Although smoking is discouraged in Islam, tobacco use remains very common across the region. In particular, shisha smoking is a long-standing social activity, and it is also becoming more common among women in some countries. In terms of substance use, alcohol and recreational drugs are forbidden under Islamic law, but illegal drugs use still exists in some areas and is strictly punished in certain countries. Another major issue is road safety. Due to fast and luxury vehicles, low seatbelt and helmet use, and risky driving behavior, road accidents have become one of the leading causes of death in several countries. Health promotion is also still developing. Exercise programs and community health centers are limited, although gyms and healthcare clubs are slowly increasing in wealthier areas. Lastly, there is a growing concern about HIV and AIDS. However, cultural taboos around sexuality make it difficult to openly discuss prevention and awareness, which slows down education efforts. Islam is a religion that strongly influences everyday activities. Muslims believe in one God, Allah, and that Muhammad is his prophet. Their holy book, the Quran, contains messages from God revealed to Muhammad. The main branches of Islam are Sunni and Shiite, with Sunnis making up the majority of Muslims worldwide. Islam is built on the 5 pillars of faith. The first is the declaration of faith, believing that there is no God but Allah and Muhammad is his messenger. The second is prayer for 5 times a day, facing the holy city of Mecca. Prayer involves specific words and physical movements and can be done in mosques or anywhere. The third is fasting during Ramadan, where Muslims avoid food, drink, smoking, and other physical needs from dawn to sunset. This is a time for self-discipline, gratitude, and compassion. The fourth pillar is charity or zakat, where Muslims gives a portion of their wealth to the poor. The fifth is the Hajj pilgrimage to Mecca, which every Muslim is encouraged to perform at least once in their lifetime if possible. Although there have been efforts to Arabize medical education, most medical practice in the Middle East is still based on Western model. However, cultural beliefs strongly influence healthcare, especially the idea that health and illness are determined by the will of Allah rather than personal control. In rural areas, such as among the Bedouin population, people are often less educated and may rely more on traditional healer and bone setters for treatment. Modern healthcare professionals, including physical therapists, may need to understand these traditional practices to better integrate care and improvement patient acceptance without compromising medical standards. Physical therapy is still developing profession in many Middle Eastern countries. Training programs exist in countries such as Egypt, Iran, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates. However, physical therapists usually work only through physician referrals, and the profession is not always fully understood in terms of its role in treatment and rehabilitation. In many cases, physical therapists are also viewed as having a lower professional status compared to physicians, especially when compared to Western healthcare system, where they may have more independence. In the past, when many communities have nomadic lifestyle, people were more physically active and followed simpler, healthier diets. Healthcare was mainly provided by traditional healer and bone setters, and these practices are still used in some areas today. Although modern Western medicine is now common, especially in urban areas, traditional beliefs still influence how people view treatment. Many patients believe that real treatment involves medicine, injection, surgery, or physical modalities and may feel dissatisfied if no active treatment is given. In addition, concepts like health promotion, wellness, and stress management are not always widely emphasized in some Arabic and Islamic cultures. Pain is often expressed more openly compared to Western cultures, especially within families. However, patients may be more reserved with healthcare professionals, making careful pain assessment very important. Regarding medical ethics, attitudes toward blood transfusion are generally accepting, while views on organ donation and transplantation vary since the body is considered sacred and belongs to God. However, acceptance of organ donation is gradually increasing in many regions.
So, good day po sir. We are third year physical therapist po from Our Lady of Fatima University po. And may I know if ano po yung name niyo po sir?
I'm Noriel Montealegre.
Saan country po kayo sir ngayon?
I'm currently residing here in UAE, United Arab
UAE.
Emirates,
Okay
Abu
po.
Dhabi.
And how many years na po kayo nandyan po sir?
More than 10 years.
Tagal na rin po pala no sir. Tatanong lang po kami sir about sa anong culture po meron sa UAE. Ano po if mag-start na po tayo sa mga question po namin.
Okay.
First question po sir. So what cultural traditions are most important in your community po?
Cultural traditions. Well,
Yes.
number one dyan yung family traditions. Family traditions, they are very, very, very close. They visit each other regularly. Even it's on multiple generations na. Respect sa parents, sa grandparents, sa elders, very important yun talaga dito sa community. Parang kasi galing sila sa mga tribes, yung hanggang sa nagsalin lahi na hanggang sa ngayon binobrought out pa rin yun ng society, ng family, ng community. And prayers, number one din yan. Important yan lagi kasi 5 beses sila nagpe-pray sa isang araw. And then yung mga, yun nga, mga major traditions naman tulad ng Ramadan and Eid al-Fitr, mga yun, clothes, kandura, abaya sa female, yung mga ganon.
So for the second question, since family nga po yung parang major na cultural tradition din and important po sa UAE po. So why is family considered important in Middle Eastern culture naman po?
It's the foundation, no? It's the foundation ng isang community, ng isang society. Family members are expected to care, respect, and support one another. Family ties sila simula pa nung childhood nila. So, lagi silang may family time. Decision making, kahit na nasa hospital, kapag may sakit yung isang relative, decision making nila, laging family yan. Nagdedesisyon as a family, as united sila. No, yung loyalty nila sa isa't isa, yun nga, deeply connected sila sa culture and religious values.
Parang sa family talaga nagsisimula talaga na.
Doon lahat talaga nagmumula lahat.
Question number 3 naman po. What does wearing the hijab represent for many Muslim women naman po?
Yung hijab kasi nire-represent niya yung modesty ng female o ng women eh. Sa religion naman yung devotion nila kay Allah. Parang they believe na wearing hijab will bring them close to Allah, parang ganon. Parang with cultural identity na sasama na yun in religion. Tapos when it comes to family naman o kaya society, yung pagiging self-respect, yung dignity nila nandiyan kapag nagwe-wear sila ng hijab, yung privacy nila. Pero yung modern Islam o modern Muslims hindi na masyadong pina-follow to, pero when it comes to major celebration, nagwe-wear pa rin sila. It's a sign of respect na rin o kaya sa religious act, they feel closer to Allah.
So for the fourth question po is, how do cultural and religious beliefs influence healthcare practices po in the Middle East?
Yun nga, minsan yung pagiging modesty nila, no? So, influence yung healthcare practices kasi kailangan usually female yung patient, kailangan female din yung magti-treat. Parang ganun. So, pag male, male din yung magti-treat. So, nai-influence yung healthcare practices. Although, kahit na may specialization ako, for example, pediatric PT ako, hindi ko pwedeng i-treat yung female na patient, yung mga ganon. So, yung prayer times nila, nag-influence din yan sa healthcare practices kasi kailangan mong iwasan yung prayer times nila since 5 times sila nagpipray sa isang araw. So, minsan, hindi lang sa home care, hindi lang sa facility, pati rin sa hospital. So, kailangan mo i-consider yung timing ng prayer nila. So, yun nga, many patients combine din yung medical treatment at saka religious or spiritual practices. Mga ganun, may herbal pa silang hino-combine din sa mga medications. So, nai-influence yung ano nila, nai-influence ang healthcare do sa cultural nila and religious beliefs when it comes to healthcare professionals.
Nasagot naman po yung next question, which is yung challenges hinaharap ng mga practitioners. So, next question po is, what is one thing you wish people around the world better understood about Middle Eastern culture po?
Ang i-wish ko yung yung matanggal yung stereotyping eh. Remove yung stereotyping kasi alam naman natin lalo na dyan sa Philippines when it comes to Middle East, when it comes to Islam country, nai-stereotype sila na terrorist, nai-stereotype na yung mga nakikita natin sa social media or sa movies, yung mga ganon na na-stereotype na kapag Muslim countries, masama, terrorist, mga ganun-ganun. Ang wini-wish ko na sana matanggal yon kasi hindi talaga. Very family-oriented sila, very disciplined sila, very, yun nga, parang logical ang way ng pamumuhay nila. Hindi nila to gagawin na basta gagawin lang, mga ganung bagay. So, kung ako yung tatanungin ko ano yung wish ko, yung understanding the culture more accurately, more deep, magdidig deeper do sa culture, sa religious acts na mga Muslim, na mga Islam countries para matanggal o mabawasan yung misconception, no? Ma-encourage yung respectful interactions na makakasalamuha nila, mga ganun. Na, yun nga, beyond stereotyping, yung ma-recognize ang region o yung country sa complex na, ano yun, na tradition nila, na history nila, na the values nila, na yung kung sino sila, identity nila, yun.
Oh, okay po. For the last question is, are there cultural or religious considerations physical therapists should understand when treating Muslim patients?
Tulad nung nabanggit ko kanina, as a physical therapist, kailangan, yun nga, kailangan may consent ka. Hindi ko sinasabi na lahat ng female lang ang nagtitreat or vice versa. Kailangan mo kunin mo na yung consent. So, meron din naman mga male patients na pwedeng i-treat ng female physiotherapist, but you have to get the consent first. Parang yun, yung pakikitungo sa kanila ng gano'n, hindi yun dahil maarte sila, yung gano'n. Kailangan mo i-respect yung tradition nila, yun nga, yung in a religious point of view din, when it comes to female patients. Timings, you have to consider the timings, yung prayer timings nila. So, kailangan mong i-respect na meron silang prayer time na kailangan din na nagampanan, na gawin. So, kailangan mo i-consider yun. Kasi sa physical therapist, kailangan mong kung male, female as much as possible. Pero hindi ko sinasabi nga na absolute yung ganung rules o ganung kailangan mong gawin. So, yun, yung kailangan may consider yun. At saka yung timings, especially yung Ramadan, during Ramadan, kasi decrease ang food intake nila, decrease ang liquid intake nila. So, we have to consider din na magkakaroon ng irregularity sa vitals, especially when doing exercises, doing management. Yun. So, kailangan mo i-consider yun, mga yun. Kasi kasama na yun sa ano nila, sa culture nila, kasama na yun sa everyday daily life nila.
Thank you po. Thank you po.
Thank you po ulit. Sorry po sa